Hi, it is iYikKam time again. So a few days ago, there are Wing Chuners in the Wing Chun forum asked me to talk about the Wing Chun history, and I turned it down because for so long I don't want to mention or talk about history. Okay. And then I received many messages asking me about history, and people want to understand my point or debate my point or argue with me and so forth. So today I reply to everybody once for all. Okay? Now, Wing Chun history, if you look at for past 100 years, it was presented based on some personal view or personal agenda or personal goal, okay? And it depends on what is the person's goal or agenda. The history will be presented in a different way, okay? For example, if somebody wants to support their ancestor as the king of Wing Chun, they will do anything, everything to present that way and attack other people. Okay? And the other way is if somebody want to proclaim they are the authentic Wing Chun inheritor, then they will again get all kinds of information to support whatever they like to support. So if you go investigate all the stories of Wing Chun history and everything, that is what's going on. Okay? If one have a different idea, one will have a different way of present the history. And it will relate to relationships, and somebody want to get close to somebody, so it's like, oh yeah, I'm the student of so and so who trained me, and so and so, all this relationship stuff. You can see that actually this is not only in Wing Chun. You can see in the different Chinese martial art style that there's all kinds of this kinds of history. Now, I have no interest on those. Yes, I do deep digging into the history of Wing Chun. But my goal is, I want to know what, why, how, when, who. Because what my interest is, since the day I got the iYikKam 小念頭 quit from my late 師傅 Cho Choi, I want to know what the heck is in this writing, and I want to make whatever in the writing real, and so that everybody know what it is. That is the goal. Do I care that I am what do you call it, successor of the iYikKam lineage? I care less. Why? Because what is good for all those kinds of successor and so forth, well, the truth is, do we know what do we have in our hand? Okay? So, if you read or watch my video on Wing Chun history, since decades ago, I present things differently. When people, for example, go to Canton to do the search, I go to Shanghai looking for the trace. Okay? When people talk about Shaolin, I go to the, what do you call that, Ermei. When people go to Ermei, I go back to 1560, look at the General Qizhiguang records, and then go back to 1972. To match that with the Grandmaster Yip Man's interview. Okay? The bottom line is I want to find out what is this. Otherwise, it's wasting of life. Okay, and title without the facts is not a scientific way or an engineering way, because I'm an engineer. Okay, if you want to play politics, or maybe you can do that way, but in engineering, in scientific way, we need to know what exactly was going on. Okay, so speak of this, the king of Kung Fu. Every lineage, every style, you can see all kinds of story like that. Now, if we look back into the 1840s era, there's so many people there. And I challenge everybody today, tell me which king of Kung Fu is better or surpassing the Taiping general Shi Dakai. Go check history, okay? Shi Dakai, who fought the Qing army, okay, the general Shi Dakai. So tell me, which king of Kung Fu, be it in Wing Chun or any arts, surpassing General Shi Dakai in the martial capability and the military capability. Okay? We need to look at the history. Okay? Instead of blindly just go for promoting certain people, and it is very usual that we promote our own teacher, or this is God. Okay? But if you look at the whole history, you can see. Okay? So that is the type of the history I do not want to get involved, because you cannot prove it in the official Chinese history. Where's your name? Say my ancestor is iYikKam. I know he support Li Man Mao, but where is his name in the history of China, where Shi Dakai is there? Li Man Mao is there, but iYikKam's name is not there. You want to say that iYikKam is the king of everything? Forget about it. Okay. Well, iYikKam might be good in his Wing Chun, but he's not up to that level. Okay. So we need to have a sense of reality. And is all the teaching of the iYikKam all 100% true? After 160 years, is it true? Well, we found out it's not so, because there's a lot of things missing in the past 160 years. Okay, there's a reason why I do the research. I want to find out what is there. Okay. So, in terms of Wing Chun, we know the first thing is the Shaolin. That is just a nickname of the Tiandi Hui, the heaven and earth organization which is anti the Qing, or promoting, stir up the people of China to against the Qing governments. Okay, that is for sure. You go check. Okay, that is what it is. You go for check Caliphate history and all this history. You can see that. Okay, so Shaolin, that term, when it is come to the Wing Chun history, it is about the Tiandi Hui. It is a nickname of the Tiandi Hui. There's a fact. Okay. The second thing is Mui. Mui is just a nickname of the Tiandi Hui. It is not a single person. It is a nickname being used for many different persons. You can find this Mui in Taiwan, in different martial arts. Okay, but they are not the same person. That is what happened in the history. If you go lay the whole thing out, how can a guy, for example, good in tango, and suddenly he is good in modern dance? He's teaching modern dance. Okay, it's something like that. Okay, so Mui is not one person. Mui is just a nickname used in the Tiandi Hui or anti-Qing group. Okay, that's the reality. So stop looking into Mui create Wing Chun. That Mui doesn't exist. Mui is a nickname. The person who create Wing Chun exists, but that is it Mui? For sure, his name is not Mui. Okay, that is what it is in the history. If it's not that, then other style will say, hey, this is my Mui, this is your Mui. What man, which Mui? Okay, so how come all the arts different? Okay. Now, Wing Chun Queen. Wing Chun Queen is created in Red Book. Wing Chun Queen is simply the art, the martial art of the opera performance. Okay? Any evidence? Any facts? Yes. If you read the last sentence of the iYikKam Shooting Tao Creed, or the closing salutations, sword finger, bong elbow present to the hero. It tells you already. Hero. If you go to Shanghai, you check on the Bian Chun Tang in Shanghai, you check in the history of Hong Mun, Ying Hong, Hong Ying, or even China for history, Ying Hong, Hong Ying, that is pointing to the anti-Qing group. So it said, sword finger, bong elbow, I present this art to the hero, to the Tiandi Hui. Okay? And this gesture is the gesture of the opera player. You go watch the Chinese opera, you see this. Okay? So this is the identity. So we know Wing Chun Queen actually is created in the Red Boat Opera. It is the martial art of the Red Boat Opera. This is the closing salutations. This one, okay? So that is the evidence. People don't have to buy it, but that's what it is. The Ying Hong, there's the Tiandi Hui. This gesture that shows the identity of the opera people. This is the opera martial arts. Okay? That clear? So no need to guess this and that anymore. All this other stories, people, the Tiandi Hui in fact do not want you to know who they are. That's why Mui is not his real name. Okay? For example. So they create all kind of history, stories and so forth. And you can read the Chinese martial arts track record. All kinds of history they created. Trace it in, okay? You can trace it in, dig it in, as far as you can go. See, okay, that is what it is. Now, the set Shooting Tao is before the creations of Wing Chun Queen. Somebody took that, put it into the Red Book. Okay? And who it is, we really don't know. But we know this person have the White Crane and Ermei connection. We know for sure today they have it. The Ermei, Zhuang, and the White Crane connection, they have it. Okay? This one actually with the iYikKam Shooting Tao writing, with the ancient Chinese martial art writing, with the Queen Quid Lai Lao Hui Song, and with the common, where we Google every day today, they say this is a what do you call it? Wing Chun is a stick body, short strike, short bridge, narrow stance, and good in short gym. All of this are data in front of our eyes that we can actually identify what it is. And actually one can use this to decode the iYikKam 修炼考 quit or iYikKam 修炼考 sets and other sets of Wing Chun. Okay? So, in the research or investigations or the crack the code of the iYikKam 修炼考 sets and the quit, there are three components that is a must. Okay? The first thing, because Wing Chun is a martial arts, one need to know it is a stick body short strike. The second thing, you can find out the body type, the engine condition or the body conditioning in the short strike. It is using the 峨眉十二桩 technology. Okay, and this is you can prove that based on evidence in the iYikKam 修炼考 quit. Okay, and also in order to implement, to satisfy the technicality to implement the so-called rattan body, speak by Grandmaster iYikKam, it has to have that technology. Wire crane, Fujian, it is using the center line theory and is using the momentum. However, this is based on the platform of the stick body short strike. The reason why for past hundreds of years that people will not be able to crack this code is because this three component is not intact. Even lately, in the past few years, when people start to follow me saying that the 峨眉 and so forth, they still not be able to get the full picture. Why? Because they do not have the part which is the stick body short strike, which is recently released. So, in order to understand to know and to implement, to realize the iYikKam 修炼考 and the Wing Chun, one need these three things: stick body short strike, and the 峨眉 engine, and the wide crane, because the center line theory is there. Okay? That's simple. Because this is something technical, something tangible, which can make all sets work. Now, speaking of the sets, if Wing Chun lost the set, be it the iYikKam 修炼考 long set with 4 parts or the 3 sets, then Wing Chun is gone, because whatever I'm talking about, the stick body short strike, the wide crane and the 峨眉, all still in today's set. If we know how to look at it, okay? And I'm going to show you details of this thing, okay? So, we need to understand, instead of going to this internal art, external art, which has been creations for later day and made popular in the past 100 years, or the Jingsan, straight body or side bodies or slant body, those kinds of things which is making later on, we want to actually follow the 1560 General Qi Ji Guang's books, 绩效新书, that book, the military book. We want to follow that categorization, because in that categorizations, that is this long fist and short strike. So long fist is this long, okay? Short strike is this. And by the way, short strike, that strike in Chinese, tap, is meaning tapping, tapping, tap. So if you read Grandmaster Yiman's 1972 interview, he said it is like a nail tap in by the hammer, tap in. That is short strike. Another meaning of the short strike is to crush, to collide. For example, with elbow, well, with a shoulder. So short strike, 完打 is that. It is not the 长拳. Okay? So you can see from the 1560s down to Grandmaster Yip-Man, and in the middle you have this iYikKam Queen Quid. You have this everybody. If you Google, you will say Google in Chinese. Okay, 咏春贴身短打. Everybody pops up. Oh, 贴身短打. Okay, that's what it is. It's in front of everybody's eyes. Okay. So that is 长拳贴身短打. Now let's look at Tai Chi. Okay, Tai Chi. Because somebody say, oh yeah, I know from Tai Chi, Wing Chun, root from Tai Chi. Go check the research of Tai Chi. Chen Tai Chi is based on also the 1560 Qi Ji Guang Ji Xiao Xing Su. Okay? And we like it or not, be it Chen Tai Chi, Yang Tai Chi, all have the stand bian. This is a signature of long fist, where we Wing Chun have this Guan Sao. That is this close body short strike. And the Tai Chi Dan Bian, you see? Okay? Now we look at the wide crane. The San Jin, depend on which line of wide crane. The shape, all this is outward stuff. While we in the Wing Chun is actually retract the arm and spin. While all the stand bian, okay, all the stand bian, this wide crane, all is going outward. That is the signature of Chang Quan. Well, Chinese martial art technology, okay, it's not my opinion. If we do it wrongly, it doesn't work. That's why if our Shilin Tao Chang Q, we practice like the Tai Chi, using the Tai Chi Jing or using the wide crane. That's, oh my God, you will not develop the body. You will not be able to use it in this short strike range and not be able to let the thing function properly. Okay? And not to mention, Jie receive, Kam accept, that is in the Queen Quid, that is in the what do you call that, the Grandmaster Yip-Man's 1972 interview, that is in the 1700 what do you call it, the short strike riding. If you do a look at Wood Guan Sao, we are receiving. In fact, Bong is a receiving hand, Fok is a receiving hand, Tan is a receiving hand. Same thing, you read Grandmaster Yip-Man's 1972's riding, you cite the Queen Quid like Lao Hui Song, you go to check the Queen Quid of the short strike in 1700, which is related to the 1560. Okay? And also, there's no such thing as a straight body or Jing San or Ping San. Why? If I am say I am a short strike artist, I might get into the from the main door, or I can get into from the side door, shoot in. It has to be there. Straight, Jing San or Pin San or Zhat San, all has to be there, otherwise the art is incomplete. And the footwork, this, you can see this, the type of technology is a different type between long fist and short strike. The footwork will be different, the power generations will be different, the handling will be different, and the force will be different, because at this point you don't have a, you know, people say, oh yeah, you know, Wing Chun is white crane from Fujian. What, shaking, right? How am I going to shake it here? I don't have space here. Okay, how does that happen? And we know the reason why Wing Chun have the 峨眉十二桩 is because 峨眉十二桩, there's something called 小智桩, there's a training inside that, where it be able to generate handling of the strength or power in the very short distance and in a very close distance. That's why it calls 小, small. Okay? So that's why 峨眉十二桩 is say that 兵兵克敌分寸之中, gently defeat your enemy within split of an inch. Has to be here, not this. Okay? And not this either. That is long fist. I'm not saying that they are no good. I'm saying that this is a different type of art. Okay? So, as you can see, all this thing here, it is in the Chinese history. It is a track record, it's a trackable. And then we talk about 内功, internal art. Well, iYikKam is to train us so that we know how to handle the 7 volts, because we need a very flexible, adaptive body here and be able to sense action, reaction, force. Okay? And in the iYikKam King we say that the Qi union in the Dantian, this the Du Meridian Sing, that is just saying what? Be able, capable to do natural deep breathing, natural low abs, deep breathing. So there's a whole body breathing. Internal art in the basic level is scientific. It is only about will you be able to have a lot of oxygen intake and be able to cool your body in the strenuous situations, meaning your body handling getting better because your oxygen intake is better, more, your cooling handling is performed better. Okay, and then your 7 bowls can handle it. That is what internal is about. But all these things is not going to substitute. If we don't know about the long fist and the short strike, it's not going to substitute that. Usually people say, oh yeah, you know, internal art, meaning that we're using sound, we can handle the incoming force from Shaolin, blah blah blah. Okay, you can see all the writing in the website using sound to against heart, all those kind of stuff. But wait a minute, we are talking about long fist fighting and short strike fighting here. What is that using soft to against hard got to do with this? It doesn't solve this issue. It doesn't even address the solutions of this for this issue. Are you going to fight this way or are you going to fight this way? Okay? Not to mention if we cannot get the tour of the Changqiu, we don't have it. And here, remember, short strike, the strike is about tag in and about colliding. Okay? So this is the characteristic of Wing Chun. Otherwise, if the Wing Chun is also doing in this range, Wing Chun lost its characteristic and it cannot be activated because the thing is designed for this. And as for the Jing San or Chak San or or Pinsan? Well, who knows at this instance? Go look at MMA match. When two people get together, like the BJJ and so forth match, can anybody select I have to go this way or I go sideways? Or it has to play no matter what angle it comes in. Same with Wing Chun. Okay? So this is what I want to share with you today. I don't want to talk about history because it is a done deal for me. Okay? What is Wing Chun? Why is Wing Chun? How is Wing Chun? When is Wing Chun? Who is Wing Chun? Who we know, like Ngui. No one will ever find out because who is Ngui, because Ngui is not a single person, it's a nickname used by a lot of people. When we can know what is fixed is the creations of Wing Chun in the Red Book. When is Xu Lin Tao created is prior to that, but we don't even sure of it. What is it? Stick body short strike. In everywhere, you Google it, it's there. Okay? How is it? It's in the 3 sets, as I show you today. Why is it? It has to accord with the technology, the body, and the fighting strategy has to be support each other. You cannot have a short strike using a long fist power generations. I cannot use the iYikKam power generation here. Okay? So this is for you today, and I don't ask everybody to agree with me, and in fact I don't. And also I can tell you one thing, nobody is perfect. But my thesis is here. In the 2 books I wrote, my thesis is here. Later people will find my blind spot when the level get higher. It's like, for example, if we look at today's, we look into Grandmaster Yiman's interview. He's right in a lot of things, but he will have his blind spot because he's just human. Same thing, you look at the iYikKam Creed. Same thing, even you look at Zhuang's teaching today. Compare with what happened, and you can go straight into the Buddha's teaching of Surangama or Anapanasati. You can find issue with the Zhuang. We're just human. But because we do better every generations, we have a hope. We progress. Everybody progress together. Now, if we go back to what? Oh, I research in the Wing Chun history just for defense my iYikKam lineage, or take iYikKam as the king of the Wing Chun, or hey, you know, I am the successor of Wing Chun. Forget about that. That's suicide. Let's just block everything. Okay? So, if you're with me in the education, don't walk that path. Don't try to prove your lineage is better than other people's lineage. The urgency right now is to make the Wing Chun Queen works as how it was designed. It's not to say who is better. I mean, who is better anyway? Start with 1972. If there's no Grandmaster Yiman, I will have a hard time to confirm. It is the same with the 1700. Even I have iYikKam Xu Lin Tao Creed, because there's iYikKam Xu Lin Tao Creed is only 1 data point. When I found 2 data points with a different lineage, then I say, oh yeah, this is what it is. And then I found on the 3rd data point in the history of China, I say, okay, now it's confirmed. Okay? So everybody has something to offer, just don't get into those things. Okay? And again, Tai Chi, look at their symbolic move. The Dan Bian, that show, is this not a short strike art, it's a long fist art. Same with the Hong Kong Shaolin Wing Chun. It is not a short straight art. Look at it. That's why when Grandmaster said in 1972 interview, it is a different art. This all history fact back that up. Now, as for the internal art, ask yourself: can our breathing, low full body breathing, do we be able to handle the 7 bowls? Do we have the torque? If not, we are not complete. So people who don't do sets, like people sometimes advocate don't do sets. I say, well, so what are you training? Well, you might as well, like a Bruce Lee, go create your own thing and be honest and call it your own art. That's respectable with what Bruce Lee do. Okay? So everybody have their strong point. But one has to follow in a scientific way what is going on. This is not politics. This is going to influence the future generations. Okay? So we don't want to mess around with this kind of thing.